Have you ever wondered why China is so urgent to claim the West Philippine Sea? This question, though complex, is a crucial one to examine in order to understand the current geopolitical climate. At the heart of this matter is China's claim over the West Philippine Sea, a claim that has been intensifying over the past few years. This urgency is not merely about territorial expansion. Instead, it signifies a complex interplay of economic, strategic, and environmental factors, all of which contribute to the rising tension between China and the Philippines. The West Philippine Sea is rich in natural resources, offering a wealth of fish, oil, and gas. It's a veritable treasure trove that nations are keen to exploit. China's claim over these resources has been met with resistance from the Philippines, creating a contentious and volatile situation. But it's not just about resources. The West Philippine Sea is also a strategic maritime route, a crucial artery for global trade. Control over this sea not only means access to its resources, but also the ability to control a significant portion of the world's trade routes. This geopolitical maneuver by China is not happening in isolation. It's part of a larger strategy, a show of power and assertion of sovereignty. The urgency of China's claim is indicative of its ambitions and its intent to assert itself as a global superpower. And the repercussions of this are not confined to China and the Philippines. This escalating tension impacts international relations at large, influencing alliances, trade agreements, and global power dynamics. The international community watches closely as this drama unfolds, aware that the outcome could drastically reshape the geopolitical landscape. The stakes are high, and understanding this issue is crucial to comprehend the shifting dynamics of global power. As we delve deeper into this subject in the coming segments, we'll explore the environmental and economic impacts of China's claim and what it means for the world at large. Stay tuned as we unravel this intricate web of power, ambition, and resources. What could be the environmental consequences of such a claim? Well, let's take a deep dive into the environmental impact here. The West Philippine Sea is home to a wealth of marine biodiversity, with its coral reefs serving as a lifeline for numerous commercial fish species. But these very reefs are under grave threat, and the culprit is none other than the destructive activities of Chinese vessels in the area. These vessels, by their harmful activities, are causing significant damage to the coral reefs. This damage is not just about the loss of beautiful underwater landscapes, it's much more severe. The destruction of these reefs disrupts marine ecosystems, leading to a drastic reduction in the numbers of commercial fish species. This, in turn, adversely affects the livelihoods of Filipino fishermen who depend on these waters for their income, but the damage doesn't stop at the surface. Coral reefs in the West Philippine Sea play a crucial role in carbon storage. As these reefs are destroyed, their ability to store carbon is compromised, contributing to the global problem of climate change. And who is standing up to this environmental devastation? Enter Senator Risa Hontiveros of the Philippines. She is advocating for Beijing to take responsibility for the environmental damage caused by their vessels. The senator is pushing for compensation that could potentially run into billions, reflecting the seriousness of the impact. The Philippine Coast Guard surveys paint a grim picture of lifeless marine ecosystems in several areas. These areas are suspected to be victims of Chinese coral harvesting activities. The Department of Foreign Affairs has also joined the chorus, calling for a halt to these ecologically harmful activities. So, you see, the environmental consequences of China's claim on the West Philippine Sea are far-reaching. They aren't confined to the waters of the sea, but extend to the lives of the people who depend on it and to the larger issue of climate change. The ecological implications are immense, and the cost of these damages could run into billions. Before we proceed further, a quick reminder: enjoying the insight? Subscribe for more on global issues. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Ever pondered the economic implications of China's claim on the West Philippine Sea? Well, let's unravel this complex tapestry together. When we talk about the West Philippine Sea, we're not just discussing a body of water. This sea is a lifeline for countless Filipino fishermen whose livelihoods depend on the rich biodiversity of these waters. But with Chinese vessels causing devastation to the coral reefs, these fishermen are left grappling with dwindling catches and mounting economic losses. The destruction of coral reefs isn't just a blow to the marine ecosystem, it's a direct hit to the pockets of those who depend on the sea. for sustenance. Picture this: a fisherman whose family has relied on the sea for generations suddenly finds his nets coming up empty. His income dwindles, he struggles to feed his family, and the cycle of poverty tightens its grip. But the economic fallout doesn't end there. The West Philippine Sea is a treasure trove of natural resources, from potential offshore oil and gas reserves to a wealth of marine life. Its value to the Philippines' economy is immense. By claiming these waters, China is essentially laying claim to these resources, stripping the Philippines of potential revenue that could be used for national development. Think of the coral reefs as underwater forests. Just like forests, they are hotspots for biodiversity and a source of livelihood for many, but they are also crucial for carbon storage, helping to mitigate climate change. Destroying them is akin to setting fire to a forest, releasing stored carbon and exacerbating global warming. The economic implications of this are far-reaching, affecting industries from tourism to agriculture. Consider, too, the potential for ecotourism. Healthy, vibrant reefs attract divers, snorkelers, and marine enthusiasts from around the world. In their absence, the Philippines loses out on a significant source of tourism revenue. So when we talk about the West Philippine Sea, we're talking about more than just territory. We're talking about livelihoods, national resources, and the future of the Philippines' economy. The economic losses are substantial, affecting not only the fishing industry, but the entire nation's resources. But why does this matter to the rest of the world, you might ask? Well, the issues surrounding China's claim over the West Philippine Sea extend far beyond the immediate region. They have far-reaching implications for international relations, global security, and the way we manage territorial disputes worldwide. Starting with international relations, the struggle over the West Philippine Sea is a test of power dynamics. It's about more than just the Philippines and China. It's about the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region and beyond. If China's claim is allowed to stand unchallenged, it could embolden other nations to assert territorial claims without regard for international law or the rights of smaller nations. It's a scenario that could destabilize international relations and trigger conflicts. Looking at global security, the West Philippine Sea is a significant strategic waterway. It's a crucial route for international trade, with trillions of dollars worth of goods passing through each year. If one nation gains control over this vital passage, it could disrupt global trade routes and have a knock-on effect on economies worldwide. Moreover, the West Philippine Sea is also home to rich natural resources, including oil and gas reserves. Control over these resources could significantly alter the economic landscape and power dynamics of the region. Finally, let's consider the precedent this sets for other territorial disputes. If China's claim over the West Philippine Sea is allowed to stand, it could set a dangerous precedent for other territorial disputes around the world. It sends a message that might makes right, undermining the principles of international law and potentially leading to an escalation in territorial disputes. In conclusion, while the dispute over the West Philippine Sea may seem like a regional issue, it has implications that ripple out to touch every corner of the globe. Understanding these geopolitical issues is not just crucial for the involved nations, but for the entire global community. So, what can we gather from all this? We've delved into the urgency of China's claim over the West Philippine Sea, its environmental and economic impacts, and the broader implications of this geopolitical issue. China's insistence on its claim over these waters appears to be driven by a complex mix of factors such as strategic location, rich natural resources, and potential economic advantages. But this urgency isn't without its costs. The environmental damage, particularly to the coral reefs, is severe and far-reaching, affecting not just the marine biodiversity but also the livelihood of local fishermen. The economic toll, in turn, is borne by those least able to afford it. But the story doesn't end there. The West Philippine Sea's importance extends beyond regional boundaries. It's a key player in global carbon storage and a home to commercial fish species. Its health and well-being directly impact the world's climate and food supply. Understanding geopolitical issues like this isn't just about knowing who's right and who's wrong. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of our world, the ripple effects of actions taken in one corner of the globe, and the shared responsibility we all have in preserving our planet. With that, we wrap up our exploration of why China is so keen to claim the West Philippine Sea. But remember, this is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. There's always more to learn, more to question, and more to discover. Keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep wondering. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content. Until next time, don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.